Hello, my name is Noelle Adler. I'm a counsellor, psychotherapist. My roots are very psychodynamic. My other role is as clinical lead for Somerset Counselling Centre. And it's really from that position that I'm going to speak tonight. We've been asked to try and do a blog for the website. And as terrifying as that thought is for me, I thought I would try because maybe I could share something that could be of help and contribute in some way. So I thought I would start in my room. So this is my therapy room. This is where I work. That's my famous picture of my ship. And in one of the future blogs, we may well come back to that picture. I'm going to show you some other pictures, actually. Bear with. This is the picture of the angel listening. So she's very, very beautiful. And she's by Anita Klein. Not Melanie, but Anita. These pictures are some of my favourites, and they are called Angels Dancing. I don't know if you can see them. There's one, and there's the other. So they are very different. They are full of vibrancy and libido and life. And they're rather glorious, so quite inspiring. So I thought today, opposite to libido, I thought today I was going to talk about waiting, because I have done a lot of work in this room and a lot of productive work, I think, but I've also done a lot of waiting and staring and trying to come to terms with the shock I think our nation's in. And I thought, Noelle, why is waiting so hard for you? As humans, we learn to wait from the day we're born. We wait to be born. We wait to be fed. We wait to be held. We wait to be soothed. We wait to be changed. We wait to be comforted. And yet for me, it has been a real challenge, this waiting. I find I am waiting to return to SEC, to Apsley House, to see my clients face to face again, to do normal things like walk outside and not feel surreal and odd, to have some fun with friends, not just through a screen would also be really lovely at this point. So waiting for all these things. And I thought, why is it so difficult? And I think one of the answers is that we are living with huge fear, huge anxiety, potential for masses of loss. And that makes waiting very, very preoccupying because we don't know. We've left our pre-COVID life behind. You know, that I was thinking back to Christmas, that wonderful time for me, and that's gone. And we haven't arrived at the other side. Part of our seeking brain has been turned on. We're seeking solution, resolution, the place we're going to land, but we as yet haven't arrived in that place, and that makes it very difficult for us to actually think when we're distracted and we're preoccupied. Huge amounts of energy go into that and into waiting, and we think, why are we so tired? God, we're not doing anything, but we are. We're very busy in that place. I was really interested in the Queen using the word pause. Pause. This is time, maybe a time to pause, maybe a time to take stock. I thought pause, yes. Pause is the cousin of waiting. And then she said take stock. And I thought, oh, why can't I take stock? But I can't. I simply can't at the moment. And why is that? And I think in part it is that we are anxious, preoccupied, reflection is difficult, thinking things through, being able, in one of my favourite words, is to digest and compost, to change one thing into another. And at the moment, that is a very, very difficult thing for us to do. So this waiting phase we're in is a type of suspension. We've left somewhere, we haven't arrived somewhere else, and we're suspended. And that's a deeply uncomfortable place to be. And of course, what we do, or what I do, and many others I presume, is I fantasize. And Freud said, the root of all fantasy is misery. So when we are unhappy somewhere, we fantasize, we take ourselves out of it. The other thing I know I do is I dissociate. I numb myself to the situation. I go to another place. And as tantalizing as these techniques of avoidance are, sadly, of course, they keep us stuck. We don't have a chance to move into the next phase or be in the next place. And so you say to yourself, well, how do you stay in relationship to yourself? And I know this is a really annoying answer. And lots of therapists say it. But the first thing is to know that that's what you're doing, that you are, in fact, removing yourself from the situation. And you need to breathe. You need to fill your lungs, fill your boots, find your feet. And because that actually does work, I will repeat that. You need to breathe. The other thing, which is enormously helpful, if we can get to that place, is to engage, to actually occupy our minds and ourselves particularly in projects. I've been extremely busy, but I think it's not been an engaged busy. It's been a busy bee busy. So I've been making hot cross buns and knitting and sewing, fixing things, making things work. And I think I've been doing that because I can't fix the situation we're in. If you can truly engage with self and truly engage with other projects, it can be a relief. And I know up at the allotment I have managed that in spurts, and it's been a wonderful thing to be back with myself. The last thing I was thinking about, which is probably the least popular and the most difficult, is we need to sit in the fear, to actually inhabit the feeling rather than be at the end of it. And when we inhabit a feeling, of course, at that point we are engaging with self, and at that point we get more control. So I think that's probably enough for this evening. It just means what's left for me to say is have a lovely evening. I wish you well, keep safe, and we'll speak again.